Welcome. We have a fantastic program for you, and welcome to all of you from far and wide for coming to this, now the 11th annual President's Convention of Torah Masorah, 75th year of Torah Masorah. So you can give them a whole round of applause, because 75 years of doing Torah education in America is amazing. All right, well, welcome again to all of you. This is really a special event, and for those of you, because there are many of you that are brand new to this event, this is a very, very special event because it focuses on a different aspect that has never really been focused on before. And as one of the founding members, my name is Dr. Malcmacher from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm the president of the Hebrew Academy of Cleveland. And way back when, our founding, our founding group was debating where to have this. Of course, I advocated for Cleveland. Gary Torgo advocated for Detroit. And we were both overruled, and that's how we end up here every year in December, because none of you want to come to Cleveland or Detroit for some reason in December here. So welcome to all of you. Here's the point of this event for those of you that are present here and in the room, and also welcome to all of you that are watching this on live streaming as well. The point of this event is to go ahead and find what are the best practices when it comes to fundraising for yeshivas, for schools. It's an opportunity for fundraisers and people involved in what would be called the back end of the school. They're not direct to Talmidim, although you have a huge impact on Talmidim, because without us fundraising, without us finding the dollars to do this, it would be impossible. So this is a great event for you to go ahead and network. It is not the event for you to go ahead and fundraise here. This is a fundraising-free zone. That doesn't mean free money for fundraising. That means you get to take the weekend off and learn from each other. And the other part of this is we have a lot of the balabatim on the other side who go ahead and help and give of their time and give of their chesed and give of their money. And they're here, and you can pick their brains and learn about them, not fundraise from them. This is a fundraise-free zone. In addition, it is also a diet-free zone. Okay, you can leave your diets at the door because you will be fed very well, and you will have a great chance to network. I think that's the biggest thing we've seen over 11 years of this convention, is the ability to go ahead and network here for all of those things. And I got to tell you, I think we had the speaker last year, Ben Brafman, who I think is a very well-known attorney, very well-known in our world as well. And I think he said the greatest line, which is something I can't believe it took 10 years of this convention to go ahead and say. He said, "I can't believe that I'm at a convention with people that I have been trying to avoid my entire life." And that's kind of true, but we have these dedicated balabatim that come year after year and after year, and for that good reason here. So, with that, welcome. But the first thing we've really got to do, if I can get through this part, is I'll do it. Is we're missing a great member of our team and of our community. Yes, you can put up the picture just for a minute. This picture was taken right here last year. And we are missing Mr. Mendy Klein. And there's been a lot been said. You've read a lot of stories. Certainly I have a lot of my own stories, being a close friend and chaver for this. But he loved Torah Masorah. He loved this convention. He loved Cleveland. He loved the Hebrew Academy. He loved Yeshiva Derech HaTorah. He loved all of this together. And when he's starting out as really not having anything, and coming in to visit Rabbi Dusser, enrolling his kids in the Hebrew Academy. When he came here, he said, he said, "I don't have any money." He says, and Rabbi Dusser said, "It doesn't matter. You're sending it anyway." It's something that he never forgot. And I want to use this opportunity, because of this kind of convention, to go ahead and help you understand. Everybody knows Mendy Klein. You know all the wonderful things about him. And but what makes a balabas tick? What made him tick, right? And it's something that I think when you are all, sitting in front of people that you would like to have donate to your school, but what are they really looking for? And I think I'm going to use a story with Mendy that I think will really shed a lot of light into the emotional connection that somebody may have with an idea, an institution, and those kinds of things. And we would have breakfast many Sundays. We started doing it, more frequently before he was Nifter. And it just, we'd go out to breakfast. There's no real place to go out to breakfast in Cleveland, so we'd end up at the pizza shop, and we would have chili fries at 10:30 in the morning on Sunday, which is a really bad idea, but we did it week after week. And we throw on ideas, and he always has these ideas. And he had a great idea about, he's got this program, it's a certain kind of kid at risk in Cleveland. And I would say, Mendy, it's going to cost this much, but is it really worth it? I mean, how many kids does it affect? 5 kids, 7 kids? He said, even if it's 1 kid, he says, I'll fund it. Even 1 kid. So, we all know how Mendy, Amudim is certainly a different organization since Mendy got involved. But nobody really asked the question, why? What was it that he got involved? So I'm going to tell you a story that he told me that I've never told before, and I think he's told very few people, if any, about why he got involved in Amudim. And I hope you'll understand this when you're talking to people about your own institutions and trying to get them to be on your side. We were at an event. Invariably, we would sit together at many different events. We were at an event, and the speaker was speaking about kids at risk. And he started speaking about it, and it was not going the way he was but he was speaking about a very firm approach. There are many approaches. Certainly, I'm no expert, but there are many approaches. He was speaking about a certain approach, and it was a very firm approach. And I sit with Mendy a lot at these things, and I know when he's getting upset, because he would start to punch my leg. And I know that on the 3rd punch, he's not holding himself back anymore. And so this fellow is speaking, 1 punch, okay? Temperature is rising, 2nd punch. And then he finally says, the speaker finally says, when it comes to kids at risk, you should throw them out of the house. 3rd punch, and no way for me to hold him down. Mendy is up. And he stands up in front of the whole crowd, and he says, no, you shouldn't. The speaker has no idea who this is, what's going on. He says, yes, you should. No, you shouldn't. Like 5, 10 times. You shouldn't. Finally, somebody intervened and said, okay, there are many approaches, that kind of stuff. And I got Mendy to sit back down. The speaker finished up very quickly, very quickly. And Mendy says, I'm getting out of here. Let's get out of here. So we went outside and said, Mendy, what? I understand it's not your mahalach here, right? But what is going on here? So he tells me this story. He says, when he was growing up, many of you may know Mendy's background, but he grew up in Williamsburg in a Hasidic family. And he was a little bit rebellious. And, one day he decided he wants to cut off his payas, which would be a big deal. And he did, but his father had the approach that, you know what, you're my house, I'm going to walk to shul with you probably, I'm going to hold your hand. And he said, he still felt loved, even though, he wasn't living up to his father's expectations at the time. Okay, and then later on in the years, he actually brought his father to Cleveland, really took care of him, so they had a very close relationship. He said, but I had a friend. He said, I had a best friend. His name was Yasala. And it was me and him, he did the same thing. He cut off his payas. His father threw him out of the house. And a few weeks later, he committed suicide. Even 1 kid. When it came to Mendy Klein, and when it came to how he reacted, his reaction was, if I could ever do anything about this, even 1 kid, that's what we're going to do about it. So in that ztzl, and in the ztzl, Baruch Hashem, he was really blessed with an unbelievable wife, an unbelievable family that is carrying on in Torah and Chesed and Tzedakah. In that ztzl, it should be his neshama b'shev aliyah from everything that we're going to accomplish in this weekend, because this is a weekend where he loved to spend time really with all of you for that. So I hope we should all take that at least l'zecher nishmas Menachem Moshe ben Naftali Hertzka for an aliyah.